1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to encourage a late walker. So, my baby was a late walker, but as a baby with a 1-year-old mom, I didn't know that I had to encourage him. So now my baby is 20 months, and well, when I look back, I just feel like I could have done a little bit more for my baby. So that's why I share this video. So I don't want any of you guys to feel bad about yourself or regret about the past when you look back. So I'm going to give you 5 tips to encourage your late walker, or maybe to start early, that your baby won't be a late walker. So I hope you all enjoy this video. If you do, please subscribe. It's completely free, and please turn on the notification bell so that you won't miss any of my future uploads. So the notification bell is the tiny bell right beside the subscribe button. If you are new, I'm Sasiri. I post weekly, so I'd like to have you as a subscriber. With that all said, let's jump into it. Babies generally pull themselves up to 9 to 12 months period, but it depends on each baby. Well, my baby started walking when he was like 15 months, which is kind of really late. Well, I was too stressed as a first-time mom. If you are a first-time mom, you must be so excited, and you have no experience when it comes to babies. So even I didn't. So as a first-time mom, I was so scared, because people were asking when it was his first birthday. People were like, isn't he walking yet? Maybe some people were like, maybe you are feeding him too much so that his legs aren't strengthened enough to pull himself up, and lots of babbling. So I was too stressed, so I didn't know what to do. But my baby wasn't a overweight baby. He was always below the median line. I have no idea why people call me that. So just ignore what everybody else says. That's what my concern is right now, because as a first-time mom, I really took everything inside what everybody says. So I was in too much pressure, because I had no experience that when would it come, because I was so excited that I wanted my baby to walk, explore and do everything as soon as possible. But it won't happen. Like, they need really that time. So don't try to stress your baby, just let him go with the flow. That's what my concern is now. Like, I do listen to everybody's opinion, but I just take a little bit inside, because I don't want to be too stressed. So my first tip is to start early. Most babies pull themselves up and start bouncing up and down when they were like 6 to 9 months. So we can start then. We can encourage them. We can if they also, we should definitely encourage them for cruising. Cruising means that they're trying to walk with the help of the furniture, or if you are wearing jeans, they can pull themselves up with our legs. So we always have to encourage them to pull themselves up. So we can keep their favorite toys on the one end of the sofa, and then place them in the other end, so that they start cruising, and that will strengthen their hips and thigh muscles. So that's what's important for walking independently. Starting early and offering the right support is the key. if your baby is like 6 to 9 months, it's the right time. Start training them, start giving them the right support. What I mean by the right support is that like if you are trying to hold them their hand and walking, that kind of won't work, because you can notice that they are moving forward really quickly because they are off balance, so that they're trying to catch their center of gravity, so that's why they are moving so quickly. So if we can like give them some support with their trunk, so that'll be really helpful for them to walk. So my tip number 2 is to keep them barefoot. Wherever you are or whatever you do, wherever you go, keep them barefoot. That will stimulate all their body parts, and so the different surfaces uses the different joints and different muscles in their body. So that will be really helpful for them to understand, you know, kind of the texture. So that will encourage them to walk, and that will encourage them for their talking in your later. So my next tip is child-proofing your whole house. Well, I started doing this when he was like when he started crawling. I completely child-proofed my whole upstairs, you know, the staircase, the side staircase, the sides of the staircase, the handrails and everything. So, and the next important thing is the power points. The power points which has electricity. Either you can clip on the little gadgets you can buy from the hardware stores, and I sometimes did this covering up the switch tops with the use of a sellotape. It's really cheap. You can do whenever you want. I'll leave a link. I'll leave a photo of what I have done. So, and also if there are some chairs or cupboards that if the babies start cruising, that will fall towards them, so you definitely should be getting rid of some kinds of that. Well, I had a couple of cupboards like those, so I completely got rid of them because my child is so important to me than the cupboards. When they're trying to cruise, they try to hang on to everything and then trying to walk. So if the things are going to move forward them, that will make them scare and that will demotivate them to walk. So that's why child-proofing is so important. So the next tip is to have a bunch of kids and arrange play dates with same age tiny little humans. So our babies love to see some little babies and then learn rather than learning from us. So my kid was so active around his nieces and nephews. Well, he really loved little boys, and he really loved like once my nephew was walking here and there, and then my baby kind of, he wasn't even crawling then, he kind of jumped, you know, it was a jump crawl, I don't know what you call it, but it was magical, and it was unbelievable that he started doing this, because my nephew was walking here and there, you know, climbing stairs and getting down, and he was watching all that, and he kind of jumped. It was a jump crawl. So it's really great if you can arrange some play dates with bunch of little kids. So that'll give the babies a lot of stimulation to walk, and that will make all of their activities fast. The next tip is to encourage your baby with, you know, overhead objects. So they kind of really need to reach to them, so that will stimulate them to actually walk. Well, what I did was that I did this, the bubble bath. The bubbles, not the bubble bath, the bubble bottles. So I kind of blowed the bubble, and that's where he started walking. He took his first steps when I was doing the bubbles on the second day. Well, I started it one day, then the 2 days later I started it on the balcony, and he took his first steps. It was 4 steps, and he took the 4 steps and kneeled down, and he didn't started it again. But like 2 days later at night, he started walking, and it was a proper walk. Like, he was walking ever since then, so I had no problems with that. So I was too happy. I kind of think to myself that I should have started the bubbles earlier, because when I was blowing the bubbles, he was putting his hands up, and then he was kind of walking. So I was so happy. He was so much enjoying. There is also another tip. I don't know whether you call it a tip or not, but giving them a walker is kind of really good, which is kind of, there are 2 types of walkers that we can put the baby inside the walker, and the cart type of a walker that they can just roll around. So these 2 walkers, my baby really didn't use none of these walkers much. But there are some other countries that they don't recommend walkers. Well, I don't know why. Maybe it's to the issues that if the surrounding is not baby proof, if there is a staircase, they can roll around the staircase, and if there is a swimming pool, they can roll around the swimming pool, because they can go everywhere in a walker. So if you are using a baby walker, so make sure to baby proof your whole environment. If your baby is more over 1 year and not walking, so don't be stressed, guys. I don't want anybody to feel bad about watching my videos and think to themselves too bad about themselves. Like, if you are late to encourage your baby, don't worry. Even I started after my baby was 1 year, so don't worry and start today. If there are any other methods that did work for you, please mention in the comments down below. I'd like to hear your stories. So finally, what I really need to tell you guys is that don't ever stress yourself for these matters, for baby related issues, because you have to be you have to have a peace in mind to take care of a little man. It doesn't matter whether when they go to school, nobody would ask you at what stage, at what time they started walking, at what time they started talking. Nobody gives a shit, so just chill. So I hope you all enjoy this video, guys. If you do enjoy this, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.